Great people of Biafra, great Biafrans, freedom fighters, lovers of freedom, my great people all over the world. I welcome you all once again today in the name of Chukwu Kikabiama. I thank you, great people. Like I promised my people that today we are going to be having a man that he know what he's doing. A man that I myself, the Biafran child Nwachineke, so much love. But I'm not going to introduce him. I'm not going to introduce him to our people. I would like him to introduce himself. But before we proceed, I want you, as you are looking direct to your screen right now, I know you know the man that we have today on IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi. Like I always tell my people, that this movement that we are not going to back an inch. I want our audience to do the needful to this broadcast of today because it's going to be very, very important. An exclusive interview by our main brother. I don't want to call his name. He's going to introduce himself before I will begin to use his position or his name to ask him a question. But I just want to keep it for him to introduce himself. Our audience today, we want you people to share this video. Please, we have to share this broadcast because we're going to learn a lot of things from the man that you are seeing right now on your screen. The man that you are seeing right now on your screen is Mazi Nnamdi, most trusted, the most trusted. And he also going to explain to us more better about the Mazi Nnamdi most trusted. So now let me introduce myself to our audience. Some of you that are seeing me for the first time. Before we go to the man of the day, because we have the man of the day that is going to explain to us a lot of things. My name's the Biafran child Nwachineke Mazi Okechukwu, the general. I am from Ihala in Anambra in Biafra land. I am IPOB under chain of command. I am IPOB under oath. I thank you, great people of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi is the highest commander of this movement. And DOS is the highest office. And IPOB is our family. Mazi, I want you to introduce yourself to our listeners so that then we know the man they are seeing right now on their screen. And I want them to pay attention and understand every single thing that is coming out from your mouth. And Mazi, I also want to beg you. We know that you are a learned person. You have a lot of vocabularies. But we want you to go to use it in a simple terms. Simplify English so that our people will understand everything that is coming out from your mouth. I want you to use that way, Mazi. Thank you. The floor is yours, Mazi. Introduce yourself before we proceed on today's business, because we are here for business. Thank you, Mazi. The floor is yours. Yeah, Mazi, I want you to mute your mic or mute your... Okay, good.
God, I interrupted my...
Are you there, Mazi? Are you there, Mazi? I think the call is interrupting you. Are you there? Okay, you are back again. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Mazi, unmute your mic, please. Unmute your mic, please. Mazi, can you hear me? We are having a problem with... unmute your mic, please. Unmute your mic. We cannot hear you, Mazi. Unmute your mic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now proceed. Why the mic is going on and off? Unmute it once again. Unmute your mic once again. Yes.
Oh.
Now proceed. We are hearing you sound and clear. What is the problem? Facebook have come again today, but we are going to do our best to make sure that everything that we are saying, that our audience listen to it. The barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor is still going to be back, and we are going to also bring him back to this broadcast today. He is back again. Once again, he's back again. Mazi, we know that the zoo, you see, Mazi, I want you to understand something. They will keep on kicking you out, and believe me, anytime we see your red light, I will bring you in. Mazi, introduce yourself, please. The floor is yours.
First of all, thank you, Biafran. Thank you, all of us of freedom. Thank you, Nwachineke. My name is Chief Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. I am the IPOB Council. And by His grace, we're here doing our best, the most we can, to ensure that needful is done. However, before I progress, I want to specially thank Biafran child Nwachineke for his work, and all those who are working to ensure that when you do Mazi is free. You may not understand the fact that your voice being heard loud and clear all over the places, particularly where we are today, is impacting positively much. I want to thank you and also to encourage you in what you're doing and encourage others in what they're doing. And be assured that in the end, victory will be ours. Victory and nothing less than victory.
He say,
Egyptians you see today, in the time coming, we shall see them no more. Thank you for having me in this platform. I understand your request. They must be complied with. Secondly, I'm also being circumspect of time. But within the little time allotted, I will ensure that I explain the much people understand. I will explain the much people will take home with, because a lot are happening and clarification need to be made for people to be properly guided. Thank you so much, Nwachineke. I'm very humbled to be in your program. I'm delighted to be here and to be in your midst. Thank you and God bless you. So I'm ready for your questions. Go on.
Thank you, Mazi Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, sir. Mazi, we so much love you. Mazi, believe in me, we know what you have done on this quest of self-determination. We have already shown your previous videos. When you were hiding, they were looking for you. We show the world so that they will understand that it's not easy to find yourself in that contraption called Daminibu Zoo. Of course, you may call it something else, but we know that Nigeria is a zoo in our own words, and we will keep on using that word zoo. I don't know what you call it, Mazi, but it's okay. But now, Mazi, we will have to go straight to the business because we don't have time to waste on this today's exclusive interview. Mazi, first that we want to ask you is about the clarification of a new lawyer added in the legal team, a man called Chukwuemeka Machukwume San. We want to ask you to understand, did you people added a new lawyer to the legal team, or is just men propaganda? That is the question to you. Mazi, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, my host. Ordinarily, I wouldn't want to delve into further clarification in respect to this subject, because I believe I've done justice to it in the past. But in view of the fact that it was the first question to be thrown at me at this critical point in time, there is need for me to make further insight for people to understand what actually happened. Maume SN was actually drafted in not as part of a defense team. Defense team, as you know, consisted now is being led by my mentor, Professor Chief Michael Zekome saying, uh, of course, you know, in line with our ethics and practice, if there's need for a lawyer to be or a senior advocate to be added to our defense team, the needful has to be done. The SN should be on the know, and me, my humble self, should also be part of that discussion. So Umume SN was appointed to join me in the appeal against the prosecution of IPOB, which is currently going on in the Court of Appeal, Abuja Judicial Division. I've already, as a matter of fact, we have extended briefs in that respect. I filed appellate brief, which the federal government responded, and we have had long time, over 2 years, filed our reply brief. Of course, you know the inability of the court to hear this application is ostensibly caused by the federal government delay. So he was just preparing to join me in that appeal. It's coming up for hearing on the 7th of April 2022. So as it stands today, no senior advocate has been drafted to join us in defense of Onyendu Mazi in the criminal matter currently pending before the Federal High Court Abuja. However, why I need to clarify this, because of some people who are who elected to be mischievous, is the fact that when the clarification became compelling because of the way the notice of involvement in IPOB case was couched by a colleague of mine, a junior colleague. So it was the message apparently sent them was misinterpreted or misunderstood by people, apparently senior lawyers and colleagues, who also interpreted it to amount that a lawyer was drafted in a legal defense team being led by Zekome SAM without his consent. That is the simple message it passed. So, and understand what it means to apparently despite his standing in society and also his level. So it became necessary that that clarification is done. Because not that Onyendu has no rights or powers to bring in more lawyers or more senior advocates, as case may be. Of course, I've been in this matter since 2015, and upon his abduction and the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, he told me beforehand that we need to bring in Ozekome. He mentioned it specifically that in time coming that we should bring him. I should notify him that we're going to be involved in the case, but in the course of time. And I took steps to bring that to his knowledge. I told him about that. I discussed with Zekome. But what people don't know before Zekome was brought in is the fact that Zekome has been working from sideline in this case, mentoring me in this case since 2015 today. He came in formally. He has been actively involved in the matter, discussing the case with me and offering advices to me and guides. So he's my mentor and the person I so much respect till eternity. So I brought him in because we have to formally engage him when the time became right for him to be part of us. And he has done wonderfully well. He has been working effectively with me. He has been outstanding in his performance in court. Zekome is a household name. Zekome is a name known by the whole world. Zekome is a man of strong character. Zekome is a man of repute. Zekome is a person who has distinguished himself in this noble profession. He's not a person to be played with. So, and I'm very grateful and privileged to have him in our legal team, leading our dream team. So today I can go back home and sleep comfortably, work comfortably, speak with him, and also discuss strategies with him. So that's actually why I have to clarify it. I may not know the intention of the person who purposely dished out such misleading information to the public, but there was need for us to correct it because we're here practicing law, and I wouldn't want to offend senior colleagues of international repute. I wouldn't want to offend in any manner. So I understand some people, as usual, started writing garbage, but I have no problem with that because I own them no obligation. I own only God and the Mazi Namdekano. And by extension, the IPOB family, an explanation when things like this happen. And that was why I have to go public to clarify it. Thank you. I believe I've been able to do justice to your question. Otherwise, I will ask further questions for clarification. Thank you.
Yes, Mazi. Yes, Barrister Ifanye Jofosa. This is also the second question that I want to ask you, but you have already, addressed it. But there's something that we want to ask you. Now you said that son, Mike Ozakome, is your mentor. Now my question to you now is, now that you brought Mike Ozakome into the legal counsel, does it mean that you are no more active? That is the question we want to ask you. Are you no more active or something like that?
Thank you so much. I am more than active than ever. Mazi, Biafran child, I will have said one or two things in this platform, but I believe I don't think it's necessary. Because if I tell you the level of politicking involved in getting Ozekome part of this case, you will not believe it. But of course, you know, Mazi Namdekano is a spirit; he works in spirit. So I am actively involved, in charge.
Yes, I think we are still having a problem with Barrister Ifanye Jofo network. Mazi, are you there? Okay, you are back again. You are back again. Start. You are back again. Can you hear me, Barrister Ifanye Jofo, sir? We are still having a problem with Barrister Ifanye Jofo. We understood the problem of the zoo called Nigeria. We know that the network is never stable. We also know that nothing is working in that contraption. That is why network will keep on coming and going. And anytime we just receive him, his red light, I will bring him direct to the studio. He will come. He's back again. He's back again. He's back again. Mazi Barrister Ifanye Jofo, sir, I want you to understand whenever they kick you out, come back, we will bring you. Should be in case if you have forgotten the question that I asked you, I said, now that you said that Mike Ozakome is your mentor, are you no more active? That is the question. The floor is yours.
The question is simple. The answer is simple. I am more active than ever. You recall that during the period we filed and adopted our response to the frivolous 15-count amended charge we filed against our client, it was the amended charge was served on us less than 48 hours or 24 hours before the date fixed for the hearing of the formal application we filed. And the impediment of the federal government was to ambush us in court and possibly do the untoward. But you will clearly hear from Ozekome, if you listen to his interview immediately after the proceedings, where he said that he and the Jofo worked from evening till 4 a.m. in the morning to ensure that we're able to put up that 48 pages objection to the small screen charge preferred against him. So we worked together, and we have a wonderful understanding. Yeah, Ozekome have a wonderful understanding, and he is not new in this case. Ozekome has been consistent, so he is solely familiar with the facts of this case long before now. So, and we am actively in charge. Let me say this to you: when he came in, our client, Mazi Namdekano, the federal client, said to me, "Jofo, please, you know you are in charge." I said, "Don't worry yourself, I'm in charge. You're in charge. I don't have any problem." And Ozekome, thankfully, is a man who understands what it takes to get the best result and who has all it takes to get the best result. So I don't think we'll have any fear. I don't think we have any reason to get worried. So be assured of results, positive one. Be assured of total victory in no distant time. Thank you, and remain blessed. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Mazi Barrister Ifanye Jofosa. Thank you for joining us today on IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We thank you very much. And another question that we want to ask you, or I want to ask you, is this. Is very, very sensitive, and we want you to answer it in the way that we will understand it. And the question goes this way. Since the Kenya judiciary system have confirmed that Onyendu entered into Kenya, and every one of us knows that Onyendu is in Kenya, based on that record in Kenya, that Onyendu still in Kenya today. And we know that today, as the way they have already, the judicial system said, according to the entered, what they call it, when the flight entered into the Kenya, which is arrival, that we know today that Onyendu arrived in Kenya, and there is no any proof that Onyendu have departure from Kenya. If you people knows that the Kenya judicial system have confirmed that Onyendu stay in Kenya, have you people have any serious case against the Kenyans that they... Are you listening to me, Mazi? Are you there?
Go on, sorry. Go on. Sorry.
Okay, let me repeat once again. I don't know, maybe you didn't understand me. I said, since the Kenya judicial system have confirmed that Onyendu entered Kenya, and every one of us also knows about it, that Onyendu is still in Kenya today. Those are the Kenya, according to the Kenya judicial system. And what have the legal team have done against all this Kenya? Our leader extraordinary rendition from Kenya. Have you people fired any case against Kenya? Because up to date, they have already confirmed it that Onyendu entered Kenya. There is arrival of Onyendu in Kenya, but there is no departure. What the legal team is doing about this?
Thank you so much. By way of clarification, what you just said now is contained in the affidavit filed in response to the suit filed against Kenya government. So, filed against Kenya government, which is currently pending in Kenya High Court. So, in response to the facts contained in our affidavit in support of the application, challenging the extraordinary rendition and the obvious violation of international laws and treaty, and convention and humanitarian laws, right? So, the Kenya and also filed a response. And what the position you are explaining now is possibly published in social media platforms and newspapers, is what is contained in the affidavit. So the matter is now fixed for hearing. So it's at the conclusion of the hearing that we know the findings and also the judgment of the court. So the matter is already before the court. And don't forget that the facts of his extraordinary rendition and abduction in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, which is in clear violation of all international protocols and the laws, and also relevant laws in which Nigeria is also a party to, form the fourth issue with the state for determination in operation to the charge. Because you cannot build something on nothing and expect it to stand. What you are saying is that the manner in which he was abducted in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria has to be determined first, the legality otherwise, before the court will assume jurisdiction. That form the first issue we listed for court determination, which has been argued before the Federal Court here in Abuja, and coming up for ruling on it on 8th of April 2022. So it's also a form part of integral issues we raise in our operation to the charge, challenging the judicial of the court to hear the matter. Because if somebody cannot be kidnapped in Kenya and forcibly brought to Nigeria to face criminal trial, so it offends all international protocol and conventions. So, and all relevant laws, which Nigeria itself is a party to it. So, the facts and argument therefore has been well adumbrated before the court. So, we have two fold cases, one in Kenya going on, these issues on external relation has been also argued before the Federal High Court in Abuja before Justice Honorable Justice Binta Nyako. So it's come off ruling on 8th of April. So we're waiting for the court to make the pronouncement one way or the other as to its findings on our objection. And also on that issue, the court must make a specific pronouncement. And unfortunately, the federal government never in all the paragraphs of the counter affidavit to the objection we filed before the federal court address the issue as to where he was abducted and how he was extraordinary relations. They left it unaddressed. And of course, simply put, in our laws here, when a fundamental argument in affidavit is not challenged in any form, it clearly amounts to an admission. So what it means is that the federal government accepted the state of affairs as presented before the federal court here. So on that issue. So I'm waiting for his lordship to make a pronouncement. I don't want to preempt the court one way or the other because it's a matter before the court here. So let's see what happened and what will be the court's pronouncement specifically on that issue on the 8th of April 2022. Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi. We are still on the same question because we have to understand some certain things. That is why we call it a tough question. And we know that you are ready to answer us anything that we ask you. Mazi, once again, you know that in every flight, that is what they call a flight log. Whenever you take a flight, it can be detected which flight that you took to Kenya or something like that.
Can I cut you short? Can I cut you in now?
Yes. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm a spare your time. I'm a spare your time in this aspect.
Okay.
Those information you're talking about has been gathered. The flight particulars, the date of departure, how he was brought in here has been verified, and I may not wish to make it public. The fact I understand sometime in the past it was partly made public by a colleague of mine and they brought it to my client. So, but the fact is that those information is now in the well of the court. And they have no escape route to that because we've got that information about how he was brought here, a number of persons accompanying the flight, and how the manner in which he was tortured. So they are overwhelmingly clear and in the world of the courts, both in Kenya and here in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much for this clarification. And again, once again, before we go to other part of this question, and again, please, Mazi, if I'm your first, I don't want you to get angry when I'm asking some certain questions, please.
No, not at all. I won't get angry.
Thank you, Mazi. You know that when our leader just forced, kidnapped, and extraordinary renditioned to that zoo called Nigeria, we heard the Nigerian media houses and their newspapers. They were saying that with the help of Interpol, what they call is FBI, and some others agents helped them to arrest or to kidnap our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today, your group, which is the legal team, have you people fired any case against the zoo called Nigeria for them to bring the proof of those that helped them to kidnap our leader Onyendu, to rendition him back to that zoo Nigeria? Because you remember they called Interpol and they said FBI. Is it true that FBI is they work together with Interpol the way they claimed? Nigeria, they can lie. They can lie with anything. But we want you to explain to us, Mazi. But it's still fine.
My brother, you know that in time like this, a lot of disinformation and propaganda goes on, both from the government and those that are sponsoring. The facts of how Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, kidnapped in Kenya, and those who were involved, and those who participated in his extraordinary renditions is clear. The security agents involved here may not be directly connected with those I'm mentioning, but to have the particulars of those people who are involved. And in view of the fact, in view of the sensitive nature of what we are doing in court, both here in Kenya and the other actions which are going on, I may not like to put them on alert because they may not be aware that we have this information. I may restrain from giving you here because in this program now, I can assure you that majority of them are watching this program and are listening to what I'm saying. The moment this program was advertised, my attention was called to that, and I know that many of them are listening to know who I'll mention that were involved, but they know themselves. So, and we have taken action to identify them, and we are taking steps to ensure that they are reprimanded in accordance with the laws and also within the ambit of laws. The other steps we are taking may not be discussed in this platform. But if we talk in private, I will tell you those things steps we're taking. And the revelations are available at the moment I speak to you. So, because you see, one thing I'm always conscious of. Before now, I usually say a lot of things over the media. But what happened that necessitated the amendment of last amendment the federal government effected from 7 count charge to 15 count charge taught me a big lesson. Because literally fired that 7 count charge, amended 7 count charge. I prepared a wonderful objection to the charge, wherein we demystify the frivolous amended 7 count charge and promptly made it public. And people read it and commended the team led by me. They commended us. So when this 15 count charge was filed 24 hours before the day fixed for the hearing of the objection to the former charge, a lot of things started occurring to me. So I now choose to be conservative with information, those to make public and those to keep to myself. Now they will not have escape route or whatever, because once you say a word now, people will start advising them, do this and do that, find this and find that, do that and do this. So, and it will constitute in delaying the release of our client. But now they are blind. So whatever information coming out from their quarters, from any quarters in regards to what we file in court today, they're going to go and publish it. They have all the copies of what we file in court. They should make it public if they wish. But I can assure you they will run away from making it public because of the danger and the consequences of the actions. So what I'm saying is that I may be I may be circumspect and also conscious of things I say here. Things that may most likely affect the legal steps we are taking to ensure reparations, ensure that those involved in this barbaric acts are punished in line with provisions of international laws and Nigerian laws. Thank you. We may go into another question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mazi Barrister Jofosa. We understand everything that you have said. Of course, you are not going to tell us everything because I know the people of Biafra, they always wait for them to hear everything. At the same time, they will still come out and begin to ask you, who tell you to speak? Keep it for yourself. The Biafran people will keep on asking you, say this, what are you doing? What are you? At the end, they will still ask you, who tell you to speak? Who tell you to come and tell us? Mazi, any way you do your work, we love it. We have been loving you. It's not start today. From 2015 that I come to know who you are, / 2017, that you do all your best, that you make sure that our onion do was out. And they came also to your house to do all manners of evil and you escape it. But Mazi, I thank you very much. I will not stop loving you. I know that a lot of people will say that I'm compromised, like the way they also said that you have already compromised. But it does not matter. After the miles, we must count after the race, we must count the miles. Mazi, now that the question that I want to ask you, because we have done with this, we now want to move in another another topic right now. And I thank you for the time that you have given to us, because according to what we discussed, your time is over, but you want to take it extra. Mazi, thank you for that. Mazi, I want you, if you can use this medium to address those hellbents, infiltrators, and the moles that they are coming to destroy what Onyendu have built for all these years. Remember, some of them have said that they are not going to listen to Onyendu again, that they are going to do whatever they want. But Mazi, at the same time, when you are addressing this issue, I want to also ask you, all this why they have already kidnapped our leader and extraordinary rendition our leader to that zoo, and you have been visiting our leader. This information that you are getting from our leader, are you giving it only to the DOS, or do you have also a group of people that you give information? Because we don't understand what is going on today. But I want you always to pay attention to those headbenders and the infiltrators and those modes that we have today. They are coming to destroy. Mazi, I want you to address this. But it's a fine age of us, sir. The floor is yours. Ndewo, Mazi.